everybody? You're hanging out with the one and only, the Sports Judge. Welcome back. If this is your first time, hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Thanks for watching. You hear one thing about Davante Adams almost every time his name gets brought up. Will he get traded? His status with a team is constantly mentioned whenever his name is brought up. So let's talk about it. I'm starting to wonder if these rumors, the chatter, and the noise about him is out there because he was clearly frustrated last season. You saw it from his body language. You saw it with him on the sideline, in the locker room. I can think back to the time he told reporters after a game that he didn't have time to just wait around, that it wasn't his mindset to take all season to figure it out. I think he should want out of Vegas. But for the Jets, if you're leaving for New York, then you're better off just staying in Vegas. It makes absolutely no sense to leave the Raiders to go to a place that's in an even more terrible, sad state than the Raiders. The notion that he should go to the Jets just so he can reunite with Aaron Rodgers, even if those two are a perfect match, even if it feels like a wonderful story, and even if Rodgers will have his go-to target, it's just one of those things where I say, I don't really know how I feel about Davante joining the Jets when the Jets are still the Jets. That's not even saying all that much. 8-9 wins for the Jets with a real possibility of 6 or 7 wins. I don't see them winning a lot of games. NFL insider Diana, how you pronounce her last name, reported that the New York Jets contacted Arthur Smith as a de facto OC before he was hired by the Steelers, and that Aaron Rodgers and the Jets were given a heads up, hiring him to basically babysit Nathaniel Hackett so his buddy Aaron Rodgers could look for any excuse he can find to say he's a good offensive coordinator when we know that's a false statement. You know, it's pretty bad when you need somebody who can come to the Jets to be part of the play calling process. That's just ridiculous. Flat out ridiculous. The worst is when you can't trust your offensive coordinator, that being Nathaniel Hackett, to call plays. I don't recall an NFL team that had to babysit the offensive coordinator. Only the Jets. The joke that they would bring on a second offensive coordinator to help with the play calling. The Jets are just a bad organization, period. And I mean, if you honestly look at their schedule, that looks, I'll say, like some winnable games. Like, it looks like a winnable schedule, but a schedule where they can easily go 1-4. Opening at San Francisco with a revamped O-line is a potential week 1 loss. That's brutal. The next 4 weeks, it's weeks 2 through 5, there are some winnable games. You know, that part of their schedule looks comfortable. I'm guessing in week 2, Tennessee will play with more urgency in their home opener, and the Jets are coming off a short week. And the Minnesota game is played in a neutral site. It's not really a home game. The game is played in London. That's not as easy as you think. They can go 1-4 easily. I can't embrace this team as an 11-12 win team. I'll believe it when I see it with the New York Jets. I'm not buying the New York Jets. Sorry. Nathaniel Hackett makes it extremely difficult to believe in this team with his inability to adjust. It's a poverty franchise, and Davante would be going from one poverty franchise to another one. And if you think Aaron Rodgers is going to fix the Jets, then you haven't watched much football lately. Not happening. He is not the cure. He is not fixing this team. But Davante, and we all know this, only went to the Raiders for Derek Carr to reunite with his college buddy. He went there for his ex-college teammate. Derek Carr is there. He wanted to move out of Green Bay. Rodgers, not there anymore, comes to Vegas, and unfortunately, that didn't work out. The first thing they do was jettison Derek Carr after the first year. Since then, Davante Adams' numbers have looked not so great. And now you're in quarterback purgatory. Who's the quarterback in Vegas? Aiden O'Connell? Is that the quarterback? If you're Davante Adams, you're looking at this going, is this where I really want to be? Can I win anything here? Literally, he's about to waste the rest of his career on a team that's not really going anywhere, particularly in the AFC West division that has gotten better. The Chargers hired Jim Harbaugh as the head coach. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are still in Kansas City. Nobody really knows how the Broncos are going to be with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. But I guess I can take them over the Raiders as well. You can almost certainly put them ahead of the Raiders despite how much of a disaster Denver was a year ago. So Davante Adams, I think, can almost certainly see that this isn't going anywhere and that the Raiders are just not the right match for him. They never were. It just looked like it was a perfect fit because he was back with Derek Carr. But no thanks to the Jets either. I can't go there either. You talk about going to a place where, yeah, you have your guy, Aaron, but they have issues at the O-line. Their quarterback is talented, yes, but he's old, coming off a major injury. My point is, we're talking about a future Hall of Fame receiver that would go to a team where he's not going to enjoy much success. It would be just like it was in Vegas. And if the Raiders have to avoid his contract, then you trade Davante Adams. Like, they could get great value for him right now. And the reason the Jets come to mind is he would be pairing up with his former teammate Aaron Rodgers. If the Jets are that desperate and show a willingness to do something like that, they'll obviously be giving up a ton of their future picks, whatever they have left, and they would have to win the Super Bowl. Adding Davante to the Jets to pair him up with Rodgers, that's Super Bowl or bust. Rodgers is old. You probably have a 2-year window left. But again, why on earth would Davante want to go to the Jets? They're an absolute mess. They're an absolute mess. An unproven defensive head coach that lost 2 out of 3 games he's coached. A 40-year-old veteran quarterback who has declined. A rebuilt O-line with an old left tackle. An offensive coordinator who looks dumb and clueless. And this is where Davante Adams would consider going? Hey, I love you, Aaron, but I'll talk to you later, bro. Best of luck to you. Appreciate the offer, but I'll play someplace else where I can actually win something. And Davante still has a lot left. Just needs someone to get him the ball. He can definitely go to an NFL team and make an impact in the receiving room. No doubt about it. Davante Adams is one of the top receivers in the league. He's very talented. And wherever he goes, he will definitely make an impact on that team. But going to the Jets would be like you're still in Vegas. I don't think that's a place he really wants to go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. Hey, if you guys like my channel, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Smash it. Give me a like. Share this content. Really appreciate y'all. I'm getting out of here now. It's been fun chatting with you guys. I'll be back with more content. I want to get into Julius Randle. Do I think he's the right fit in New York? Absolutely not. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I also want to talk about Russell Westbrook. The Clippers traded him today. The Clippers are obviously going into a rebuild. I'll talk a little bit about that. Russell Westbrook will most likely land with Denver. We'll talk about that and them forming that new big three there. I want to get into that. There's some stuff I want to get into, but we'll talk very, very soon. Oh, Dak Prescott. I'm so sick of people talking about trade Dak Prescott. He has a no trade clause, which means he cannot be traded. We'll talk about that too. But anyways, guys, it's been fun. I'm out of here now. Have a good night. Peace.